Okay, my name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here we are discussing Beast Gohan. We are here. It's time. And this is not even the Legends Festival, just so you guys know. This is a monthly update. This is a monthly update. It's regular. We're just getting the heat for this monthly update. It's crazy. Beast Gohan is here. Let me show you guys on the screen straight away. Beast Gohan is here. This is the art. It's beautiful, fascinating. You love it. I know you love it. They did the superhero design, but with the Legends touch. It's beautiful. I love everything about it. I don't have any bad things to say besides from the fact that his hair in the gameplay was crazy. Everything else is fine. I love it. Cool. Tomorrow, I'll be doing live summons. So if you catch me live, as soon as the game goes live, I will be live. I'll be live before that. I'm summoning. I'll tell you whether it's worth it to summon. And no, it's worth it to summon. It's worth it to summon. This guy here, he's gonna be the best unit in the game. In my assumptions from this point on, he's going to be one of the most dangerous units in the game, undeniably, and he's gonna be on the boost. So he's gonna be the best unit in the game, in my opinion. That's my prediction from here. But off of what I've read, it's already clear for me. So he's worth summoning. But I want to break down like some things you might want to consider with summoning. I'll be summoning, like I said, live in the morning, so tune in then. We can all summon together. It's gonna be a good time. I'm trying to pull this Beast Gohan at least 9 stars. But yeah, we're gonna talk about whether it's how worth it is summoning for how deep you want to go in, because this is not Legends Fest. That's a very big point to point out. It's not Legends Fest, so how you gonna allocate your CC? You probably get lured in the whole way, whatever, cool, but maybe just having this information might sway at least one of you, because there's already tons of you that can't save under 5k, over 5k CCs, so I don't know how this video is going to be helpful, but again, Beast Gohan's here, so it's hype. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button, man. We are on this grind to 40,000 subscribers. Beast Gohan's here, everybody's hype. They executed it perfectly, the animations were beautiful. All my social media links are going to be on the top of the screen or the bottom of the screen. It depends on the point in the video. This is the YouTube channel where we've got a Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. This is going to be a video you're going to want to enjoy. Leave your comments down below on what you think about Beast Gohan, of course. But yeah, let me get into what I have to say about Beast Gohan, generally speaking. And I'll touch on Pan and Piccolo a bit in this video as well, just to make points in the video, because they are on the banner as well. It's the 3 people banner. Pan, Piccolo, and of course Beast Gohan, and then we're gonna have Gamma 1, Gamma 2 and other places, but they've been in the game, so we're not gonna talk about them. I'm talking too much now. Let's get into the point of the video. So the first thing I want to talk about is just his kit. He's basically Ultra Super GR, but a lot easier in certain senses. So he's got blast armor on his strike attack, which is insane. He has the unit gauge, and he gets these buffs, which are really good. If I play the video forward, you can see more of his kit. He has new type neutral against damage sustained for 10 timer counts. Activates 5 times, and that's every time he comes in. That's the main thing here. He's nullifies attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. So for example, Ultra Super Vegito, who builds up sustained damage, that's not going to happen against him, which is really good. What else is here? He gains health every time a battle member is defeated, so that's really good. It activates 3 times, destroys 1 card as well, which is really useful, and he becomes a bit more tankier, which only activates once. He draws a green card if there's a defeated Pan or Piccolo, but it activates once as well. Cover change. He has a cover change against Strike and Blast, and then he randomly destroys 1 enemy card, knocks back enemy to long range, and you can change the blue card into it, and it works the same way most cover changes that are global like that work. Let's go to the 3rd page. Shortens own sub count by 3 every time an enemy uses a special move, Awaken the Ultimate Arts. Now that's really useful. He's shortening his own sub count. So if the enemy's descending off blues, he can come back in 3 counts earlier, just off the fact that he shortened the count for himself. And they could do a green into a blue. So now he's shortened his sub count by 6. It can stack. It doesn't say anything about it not stacking, so it can stack. When you rise and rush him, he gets endurance. So unless you're using a character that nullifies endurance, which you have to gonna have to pop Cooler's main, use the tag droids, USG pop his ultimate, and then have it hanging about, you know, then you're pretty much not going to be able to kill him straight away. And on top of that, he obviously, like I said before, he gains health every time an ally dies. So imagine you rush him, he gets the endurance factor, then he gains 25% from one ally, 25% from the other ally. He's going to be 30% up, then 50% up, so that's 80% up. Just off the fact that you killed 2 of his allies, not him, and he had endurance. That's insane. That's valuable. That's valuable as hell. It might even be 60 if I'm interpreting that. Restores on health and when it reaches 0, then he just restores health by 30. So it's technically 60. The gauge is like Ultra Super Gogeta's, so it's very, very valuable as well. He gets draw speed every single time. But why I say he's a bit of an upgrade, unfortunately he doesn't go type neutral, but every time his gauge fills, he literally can't be cover changed. And that's very, very annoying. If we see characters like the tag droids, Android 17 and 18, as soon as they pop a green card, you're just a victim to the fact that you can't get out of their combo. Their combo lasts forever. Forever. It lasts forever. And the fact that this guy has Ultra Super Gogeta's gauge, that gauge fills in like 4 or 5 cards. If you do a blue card, much faster. Literally the whole game, pretty much, you're not going to be able to cover change him, and it stacks, which is insane. But what's really good about him is that he has an unlimited stack for his ultimate arts. So here it says 15% to ultimate damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. That's every time he's charging his unique gauge. Look, applies the following effects to self when unique gauge is full. 15%. If you charge that 5 times, that's 75%. 5 more times, that's 150%. It's unlikely you charge it 10 times, but that makes him a key focus of using him on the battlefield. He reminds me of Gogeta Blue on release, the way you had to build the strikes and the blast just so you could actually take advantage of his full ultimate. But this one is unlimited. It's unlimited stacks. There's no limit to the stacks that you can get. So it's based on you doing damage in the game. If you're facing a tanky team, your ultimate's going to hit. But if you're building up his ultimate and you don't use the ultimate, then, you know. But we haven't seen the full kit, so there could be already ultimate damage applied to his ultimate and so much more. There's a few things we're missing out for, but for the main part, just of what we read here, it's enough to gauge whether it's worth it. Like, usually some characters, you can look at this and be like, oh, we'd have to base it off stats, but I'm very confident with what they've provided here, that he will be very, very meta dominant. I see him being at least top 2 in the game, and for me, he's not looking like he's number 2. He's number 1. That's a prediction, again, but it's looking that way anyways. Damage inflicted 25%. Now, the only thing I want to point out, which is very, very important, that can be cancelled. But not many meta-relevant units in the game that can cancel buffs like that anyways. So it's not even a threat too tough. Some characters can, but just to point out, it's not really that much of a meta threat. I think right now, after this, I'm going to talk on whether the banner is generally going to be worth it. But for the most part, this is Beast Gohan's kit. It's very, very effective. I see it working very well. And the fact that he's a movies unit, and he also works with 2 other good tags, Son Family. Son Family is very weak defensively, but their offense is crazy. And Hybrid Saiyans, if you've got the peak Hybrid Saiyan team, they're coming back. So it's going to be an issue there. I definitely say summon for this, but I'm going to give you some information around the topic of summoning on this banner. Now, this page here is very important as to why it's important. Very valuable for you to be able to summon on this banner is because if you pull at least 1 copy of him, so now because it doesn't look like Festival, it does not look like Festival, it's not, this is just a monthly update like we get normally. It's basically gonna be 2 times Z power, like the cooler banner. You pull Beast Gohan 1 time, that's 1200 Z power, which means 3 stars. That's more than the usual, which is very, very useful, right? Cool. But there's this event here where there's stages to it, and you'd be able to get another copy of Beast Gohan just because you own him already, and then you clear the event. That's a freebie, and because they're giving the incentive for you to get this freebie, that makes it valuable for you to summon. And it's not like he's trash, he's very good. Like I said, he's looking like he's top 2. He's gonna be featured on the boost. He's got a couple Zenkai buffs as well, I'm pretty sure. Pan is 1 for sure. Movies 1 as well, just to point that out. So he's going to be well supported, just to point that out. But the fact that you can just get an extra copy for free, you shouldn't miss out on the opportunity to actually get that free copy. They don't normally do this. So even if you just pull him once, you'd be very well off, even if you don't main the team, because you'd already have 1 copy from summoning, and then you'd get another free copy from the event. So that's why I say it's generally valuable to summon on the banner. On top of the fact you get a free copy of FSK, which he's quite outdated, but at high stars, 14 stars, 9 stars up, he can still nuke with his ultimate. And Piccolo, who's new, who's also going to be featured, some CCs as well. The stages are only playable if you have the character, so you're going to need to have Beast Gohan to get here, which is what I'm saying. And the fact that there's an event where it's restricted by you having them or not having them, to me, that makes it sound like it's very likely that everybody's going to be able to pull these new characters. So another reason why I say the banner's worth it. Now, I want to point out that this is not Festival. This is not Festival. It's just an update from the seams. So, the fact that it's not Festival, that makes me feel like, okay, if this is what they're just dropping for October, what are they going to drop for Festival? With Festival, it seems like they've been prepping for GT. So, let's assume Tag Super Saiyan 4 is at the peak. However, I feel like they could sprinkle in an Ultra Fusion. It seems like they're going for the Fusion Warriors that... the Fusion Warriors bring them results. You can say what you want about, oh, it's boring, we got it too many times, but it brings them results. It's hype as well. No matter how much you want to say it's boring at this point, it brings in the hype. So if they did an Ultra Gogeta 4, an Ultra Vegito Blue, Ultra Gogeta Blue, Ultra Super... Oh, we already had that. So you know what I'm saying? Well, if this is an Ultra Fusion unit, it's going to be hype. As long as it's not Gold Tanks from Kefla, in my opinion. I will also say they could also do their first transforming Ultra unit. We're very much due an Ultra unit at the end of the year. We have to get one. So just to point out the fact that this is not Festival, this Beast Gohan thing here, you have to think about what could come for Festival. And that's a very important factor to consider. I will say that we are in October, so with the festival, not like we're leading into it basically. It hasn't even fully started yet. I feel like if you spend on Beast Gohan, you'd still be fine for the festival. You just can't keep desperately going in past the point of you summoning at the start of the Beast Gohan release. So say Beast Gohan lasts 20 days. If you summon the first day and you go to 0cc, if you save from the 0cc on the first day, you'll be fine by festival. But if you're on the 20th day, that's already in damn near mid-November, you might be in a way worse position when it comes to festival, and that's the point I want to make. So it's about managing how you're going to save your CC onwards from here, but for Beast Gohan, he's very much worth it. So the last thing I want to point out for the video is the fact that we have Pan and Piccolo. They are also on the banner. In my opinion, I feel like Piccolo is going to be the worst valued on the banner, and that goes without saying. But with Pan, she's a support type. She has a very good Z ability being HP for sagas and hybrids, and if you're also Sun family, you can get the critical out of it, but you can put on leader and then get the HP as well. So that's very useful, very much tending to Beast Gohan's needs. Some genuine buffs here, just normal, but what's really important is that she's actually supporting the team. So it says to allies, when she goes to standby, she gives 40 ki, which is insane. Builds up damage inflicted, that goes to 50, so you have to switch her out 10 times to get 50%, which cannot be cancelled. So 5, 10, 15, it will stack up, and if you keep switching her out, on top of the fact that Beast Gohan has its own like sub count reduction, this could come in handy for real, switching in and out. Plus 5% to health restoration, up to 20%, so that's very useful as well, just to point that out. If we continue on here, other thing I want to point out, she has like a reverse cooler effect. The following effects occur every time when hit with the enemies, strike, blast, or special arts. So she inflicts all enemies 2 sub counts, activates once. That's just very useful. You just lock in. I don't see that being that useful. I thought originally it was going to be the same thing as cooler, but it's when she's hit. So yeah, that could stop them from switching if they run out of ki. If you switch her in like near the end of their combo, they can't switch out, and then that's the end of them pretty much. Or like it allows you to stay in a safe zone pretty much. You have to really use it with your brain, and you'd have to make predictions on where your enemy is, but it could be in handy. Besides from that, when the enemy attack is over, she gives this 30% to damage inflicted, and she restores health by 5%. So with her health restoration thing on the previous page, if you get that 20%, she could be a real health demon, like get a lot of health out of everything. Shout out to her though. Shortens ally Gohan and Piccolo sub count as well. I want to point that out just off the fact that sub count reduction is very important for her alongside Gohan, because you need to switch her out a lot. Now if we continue on to Piccolo, sagas from the movie Regen Super Warrior. Now the reason why I don't really feel like this guy is the best out of all three is this bit here. The following effects occur if there's a tag hybrid Saiyan or regeneration, or tag Super Warrior battle member other than his character. Now nobody's using him on Super Warrior, and Regen's kind of a dead tag, so you could run him on hybrid Saiyans, but like that's not gonna work, so you'd have to put him on the movies. But I feel like there's already too many OP movies units to make him that valuable. Yes, he'll be a boost unit, and if he's new, then he'll be good. So I'm not sleeping on him at the moment. I'm not. But it's just the fact that he's also a range type, which doesn't tie in with how well you could work with Beast Gohan, who's a melee type. Ultra Broly would be a much better partner in my opinion. But of course, this guy's going to be boosted as well, so I can't judge too soon. Just off the kit alone, I feel like he's the least valuable. Pan could easily be the least valuable. We can obviously Beast Gohan's the best. So don't just take my opinion for it. We'd have to see when he releases. But for Piccolo, it shouldn't be your intention to get him unless you run regen. But regardless of that, Beast Gohan is the main objective here. The following effects occur when the character switches to standby. So he does actually buff as well. But this can't be stacked. So if you switch into standby once, you should start with him. It can be cancelled, but it can't be stacked. So it's only 20%. So you can get that out 20%, but Pan, you could definitely get more switches out of her with the sub count reduction that's going around the whole team. If we continue here to the second page, restores allied character Gohan and Pan health 20% when he's defeated. So that's very useful. Randomly destroys 2 enemy cards when changing cover. They all have cover change, by the way. Pan has a strike cover change. I don't know if I touched on that. I should really point that out. Where is it? I'm certain she has a strike cover change, which is actually going to come in clutch. Knocks back enemy to long range if cover change perform their strike arts. Comboable arts and special move arts. Decent. Let's look at if Piccolo has one as well. Knocks back enemy to long range cover change performed against their strike arts. So strike cover changes. Beast Gohan's one is all global. And then some extra bits here and there. Like this one here. When the enemy affects when the enemy attack is over. No switching for free time accounts. That's like a little Bardock effect. It's nice. So like I said, I personally just don't think this guy's going to be the most valuable. He's going to be valuable. They're all three valuable. Running them all three together, disgusting. But there are a lot of other meta demons that make it hard for Piccolo to have a strong place in the meta, which is why I can't give my foot down and say, yeah, Piccolo's solid. Even with Pan, like, is it going to be worth the support when you could actually just use other OP units? You got to think about it. But Beast Gohan's definitely shining, and I want to point that out. I'm not trying to downplay Pan or Piccolo. I'm just saying in terms of the comparison between Beast Gohan's way up there. But then Pan and Piccolo are really, really good as well. They're really good as well. I just think that they might be easily substituted for other units in the meta, such as Cooler and Broly. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the Should You Summon. I feel like I've made a lot of valid points. Let me know what you guys think about Beast Gohan. Of course, it's going to be hype. Let me know what you think about Piccolo and Pan too. And if you're going to summon, if so, how deep are you going to summon? Are you going to keep going until the banner disappears? Or are you going to stop and then save accordingly for Fest? Because Fest is going to be hype as well. And there's going to be a lot of OP units there. Whether it's more hype than this, in your opinion, that's up to you to decide. And obviously, if you want to base it off what teams you use, go ahead. This guy can work very well on pretty much any team, so it's good with that sense. Appreciate you guys for watching. Like I said at the start of the video, I'll be streaming tomorrow in the morning, live, summoning. I got 20k at least. I'll be doing way more than that though, probably. So just want to point that out there. You know what I'm saying. Appreciate you guys for watching. Press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 40,000 subscribers. All my social media links going to be on the bottom of the screen. This is the YouTube channel, but we've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. So make sure to check me out, all of those. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys for watching. Good luck if you're summoning. If you're summoning with me, I'll say my good lucks then as well. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. This is what we've been waiting for.